Put your mind at ease. Do not worry about bills. Do not worry about the troubles of your life. Now, take it relax, sit down a little, maybe take a sip of one of your favorite drinks. Because now it's time to have some fun. It's time to have a moment for yourself. It's story time with FCD. And today we will talk about the four new teams that joined the league back in the start of season 2. It all started as an event for the Super Bowl extravaganza, which was the big season finale for season 1, MVP tournament, matches to declare the new team for season 2. A big final between Muscle and Androids, but that's for another story. What interests us today is the fact that four teams revolutionized the league by arriving and making a name for themselves on that day. How? Well, there were 8 teams created by the staff who had to face each other, and after that there will be a fan vote, and the winner of the votes after the end of the selected time were gonna be in season 2. The teams that were eligible were Team Derp, which at the time was Arcule, Supreme Kai, Emperor Pilaf, and Cyber Tau, Rugrats, ZT Dotu, Doten, Trunch, Chichi, The Blades, Swords, Trunch, Yadzirobe, Zanemba, Taepion. But the rest of the teams are maybe not the team that you would think of, because Dragon Ball Warriors, who joined later on, were not selectable at the time because they were divided between Dragon Ball Heroes, Grandpa Gohan, Nam, Master Roshi, and Dotu, and the Dragon Ball Villains, Devilman, Tambourine, General Blue, and General Tao. Dragon Ball Heroes ended up winning the vote and were the 4 teams selected, and later on, seasons later, they became the Dragon Ball Warriors, so they could have both villains and good guys. The other team that failed to be voted in were the Frieza Boys, a team composed of Frieza Soldier, Dodoria, Zarbon, and Toei, the Dragon Ball Villains that I talked about, the Dragon Ball Z Villains, who were Baby Vegeta, Super 17, Nova Senran, and Sin Senran, and the Little Monster, Cyberman, Cell Jr., Cyberman, Cell Jr., because yes, the team was composed of 2 Cybermen and 2 Cell Jr. And if you're wondering, was there really a time where the league thought it was legit to have Nova Senran, Sin Senran, and Super 17 together? Yes, at the time they were pretty untested. We didn't know too much about their reputation yet. In fact, both Super 17 and Sin Senran, even though the team was selected, still ended up joining the league, as Super 17 went to Team Androids and Sin Senran went to Team Muscle. These were back in the days when we were just starting. We would have a different commentator every week. The Tenkaichi Ball was called the Super Bowl extravaganza. There was a lot of different situations, so we didn't know exactly what's gonna happen, and I think it's important to understand why this day in particular was that important in the history of the league, because when you think about it, these new teams brought in new peoples. In fact, even though I'm considered to be one of the oldest active members of the league, not in terms of my real age, but for when I joined back in 2011, while I was watching the Dragon Ball Z League since week 7 of the first season, but I only joined the forum and a team so I could have the possibility to vote on the forum for the teams I wanted. We could vote up to 4 of the 8 teams, since there were 4 teams that were gonna enter. And I remember that personally I voted Derp, Frieza Boys, the Blades, and the Little Monsters. I did not exactly what I wanted, but I think all four teams ended up doing some really good stuff. So if you take the time to think about it, go back to season 1. There wasn't really any builds at the time. There was 4 teams less, so there was a lot of variety at the time. The season was fun. I remember having a really good time. But if we had continued on the same way with the same amount of team, I think the Dragonball Z League might not be alive today, because it's very important to realize these new teams brought a new energy to this league. Many of you people are here since maybe season 4 and 5, and that's fine. That's where the league started to be even more popular than before. Maybe some of you arrived in season 2 or 3. Maybe you arrived this season, the season before, or even season 5. I don't know. But for many of you, when you arrived, Rudras were there, Blades were there, Derp were there, the Dragon Ball Heroes or Dragon Ball Warriors were there. If these 4 teams were not there, maybe some of you wouldn't enjoy the league as much as you are now, because these teams were here to make new people interested and the old audience having something new to care about. I do remember the date was announced that there was going to be teams facing off at the Tentaiti Bowl that were undeclared, that we didn't know who it was, but we would have the chance after the event to vote for them. That was a big moment in the league. That was pretty much the first big publicity moment that the league had in its run. Because it was kind of underground, there wasn't a lot of publicity about it. We were not a big bunch of people watching it. It was, kind of secretive almost. Nowadays it's more popular. But back in the first season, when I joined after the first season, I was only the 99 member joining the forum, because there wasn't that much people participating in it to begin with. Nowadays it's different, and I think we can change these 4 new teams and the 4 other teams that tried but failed in the end. So when you think that the league is maybe the thing's tail, or if you have the impression that there's not enough change, remember that time when Stewie and the staff found a way to give even more energy and interest in the league. It's kind of like when they made the free agent system. It was a new way to bring in new people, maybe new characters from the game, or even new supporters. Right now we're having a boost of supporters with the free agent system, Team Afterlife replacing the Super Saiyans, more publicity being made. But the very first time that the league tried something like that was at its first big event with these 8 teams. So this is what I call innovation. This is what changed forever what the league was and who could participate in it. These new teams help people storming, feeling like they were needed, giving themselves a chance to be useful, and it's still going on to this very day. So, I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed the story. And don't forget, the story of the lead is still getting right to this very day, and I'm here to tell it for you. So have a good time, and we will see each other next time. Have a good day.